What's up, guys? It is that time of the month already. Welcome to another subscriber update for February 2016, and this month has been a busy one. Let me tell you, I have a lot to talk about today. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do any sort of unboxing like I did in the last subscriber update. Nothing has come in this week, so I just don't have anything to unbox. This fume extractor did come in about 2 weeks ago, but I was just too excited and I took it out of the box. I was gonna make a video on this, but unfortunately something happened and the brands got switched around, so I'm not even sure. Honestly, I'm not even sure what brand this is, but it works, so that's really all that matters. But there was some issues with the selling process, so that kind of made me angry, because usually I like to do reviews on stuff like that. But if you don't know the name brand, you can't really do a review because there's not really a point. No one's gonna watch your review. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on today is the website, which has been a pain in the rear end since forever. It's really one of those things I set up to be fun, but in the end, it's been really hard to manage. And now I've just decided to go ahead and move off. Well, you know what? I haven't decided this yet, but I am thinking about moving it off-site. Not completely, just a part of the website. But currently I have a DigitalOcean droplet. I had a $10 credit that I went ahead and applied to DigitalOcean, and I have a droplet for a month. I think it's like 1 CPU, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 30 gigabyte SSD, and 2 terabytes of transfer. I'll show you guys that in a minute, because I can actually give you guys a $10 referral credit if you guys want to go ahead and try that out. It's actually really cool. I spun up a WordPress site in like less than 5 minutes. It was really simple to use. You get full root access to the console. My WordPress is running on Ubuntu 14.04, so a pretty familiar platform there. And there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do with that. I mean, you could spin up a website for a school project. You could host a Minecraft server on that. I'll put the referral link in the description so you guys can go ahead and get that $10 credit and try out a couple droplets. So there were a couple different things that led up to this decision. The primary one being that my ISP, Cox Communications, is blocking port 80, which complicates things a lot. And I actually forgot that Cox was blocking port 80, and I tried to migrate everything from port 100 over to port 80 again, and then I had the realization that Cox was blocking port 80, so I had to move everything back over to port 100, and it has stayed there since. I did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I felt like an absolute fool, really defeated after that. And I tried a couple other things to work around that. Of course, if you go to www.aacomputersandtechnology.com, you get a redirect. So that's one of the main things I've been trying to do to combat the fact that we're actually running off port 100. I've also tried to use frames. But that was another nightmare in itself. I had a lot of issues with using the framing on DYN DNS. Things just went haywire all over the place. So I stopped trying to do that. The second reason is that the speeds for my ISP suck. We pay $64 a month. And, we get 15 megabytes down. Well, it's advertised 15 megabytes download and 3 megabytes per second upload speeds. And, it's just horrible. And that's just for internet. We don't have cable or telephone service over here. So, it's a lot of money for very, very little performance. And the website really suffers because of that. And the final reason is I finally decided to move over to a content management system. Up to this point, I've been coding all the HTML and all the CSS by hand, updating all the web pages by hand, and it's very tedious and takes forever. So in order to streamline the process, I decided to go ahead and install WordPress on my server. The installation was successful, but after that, ran into quite a few issues and actually couldn't get to my site after that, or the homepage for the WordPress site. I'm not really sure what was going on there. So, I then tried to do it on DigitalOcean just to see what would happen and to play around with it, and I really liked it. It was really easy to set up. It's pretty much a one-click installation, and you're ready to go. Made things a lot easier. As you can see, I went ahead and popped over to the screencast to give you guys a slightly better idea of what exactly I am talking about. I'm not going to stay on DigitalOcean too much longer because now it feels like I'm advertising for them, and I'm really not. I just thought, it was really convenient and they're super easy to use, and the pricing's actually pretty cheap. As you can see in the pricing section, they go all the way down to $5 a month. So if that $10 credit is actually legitimate, and tell me in the comments section if it is or not, you could get 2 months of hosting for free. So that is pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to my console. This is the console right here, which I have root access to. You can see that I can actually type in commands in the command line. So let's just try sudo reboot. Ta-da! Alright, there we go. The system started back up and I am back in the console. Now, I know a lot of you probably aren't comfortable with using the console, so you could use a command like sudo apt-get install some sort of desktop. A lot of you would probably be comfortable with the Ubuntu desktop. I'm actually running the very stripped down version of the LXDE desktop because I had some stuff that I needed a GUI to do. I needed a GUI to actually do some stuff on here, so I had to install one. Unfortunately, I wanted to purely use the command line, but that didn't happen. So if I just run the command startx, you'll see it pop up here. Yeah, so as you can see, you have the option to install a fully fledged GUI if you're not comfortable with using the command line. Alright, now I'm going to move away from that. As I said before, I don't want to spend too much time on that because I'm kind of preaching it now. But here is the site that I quickly came up with in WordPress. So it took me about 30 minutes. Very basic site with just a couple pages on it. And I did this just for you guys. I want to get some feedback from you guys. You know, what do you think of this site? Would you like me to migrate it over to something like this? And of course, I'm just using the IP of the server right now as the URL for the site. I'm going to migrate the URL over the AA Computers and Technology URL over when I make my final decision. But there's not much here. You can go ahead and just scroll through it. We have our latest post, which the only thing is, the only post I have is feedback, and I'm just asking you to leave feedback below. The About page is pretty much an exact copy of the About page from my actual website, and you can visit that right here by clicking sister site. Contact information, home. And if you want to leave some feedback, go ahead and either go to latest post or just right here, you can click on feedback and you can leave a comment right here. I actually disabled the necessity to enter in your email, so you can just put in your name and write a comment if you want to talk about the website. So tell me what you guys think. So far, I really like it. I think it looks really sleek, and you know, managing the stuff through WordPress has been super easy, a lot easier than actually going through and coding everything by hand. So really convenient, and I think with this setup, I'm going to be able to publish a lot more content and maybe even get some monetization up in here. Earlier in this video, I said I was only going to partially migrate the site over to the DigitalOcean droplet, and what that means is that I'm going to host all the big files and all the huge images from the archive section of the website on the server over here with a separate domain name. I'm probably going to buy another domain name, something similar to AA Computers and Technology, maybe AACat, or that might already be taken because I think I originally wanted to use that, so that might be taken. I don't know what I'll use, but something close to AA Computers and Technology, and we'll just use that for all the gigantic files because there's a 2 terabyte cap with DigitalOcean. Yeah, that's a lot of data, but you know, with those really big downloads and all the big images from the archives, that might eat that up pretty fast. So with that, I get to limit the amount of transfer while also still getting to manage a web server, which, you know, parts of it is actually fun and I do enjoy. And offloading all that stuff off to the DigitalOcean droplet makes things a lot easier, and it'll probably be a lot more fun to manage stuff because there's a lot less stress off my shoulders. And I meant a lot less stress on my shoulders in that last clip. That came out kind of funny. But why in the world are we going into the computer storage room with the server in it? Well, I just want to show you guys something, a little update on that drive enclosure that I bought that I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with. And, you know, I originally planned to use this for the experiment, but since it's using an external power supply, it's kind of inconvenient to, you know, haul around everywhere and find an outlet. So I just decided to dedicate it to the server as a backup drive. So Marcim Reflect is writing full backups of the system to this drive every single week. And I was editing the video and I realized I left something out. I forgot to mention the next couple big video ideas. So I have 3 coming up. There's one small LED project, there's one very large LED project, and then there's one involving a small solar array. And that one's gonna require some funding, so that one's gonna take a while to actually get published because I have to build up the funding first for that. But the first 2 are gonna be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to the solar one though. That one's going to be awesome, and you guys are really gonna like it. I know for a fact you guys are gonna love it. And the final piece of good news I have for this month, or I guess I didn't really have any bad news for this month, which is a good thing in itself, but the final piece of good news I have is that I am finally an Amazon associate. It took me 3 weeks, a lot of emails, and a lot of stress, and the problem was that I was trying to apply using my website URL, and according to Amazon, my website didn't exist, and that's probably due to the redirects, so I sent them a couple emails, and they told me just use the YouTube channel URL, and they accepted me. So pretty happy about that. I was kind of concerned that I was going to be accepted, but eventually I got there. It just took a little bit of persistence on my part. But yeah, we are finally an Amazon associate. So updated all my affiliate links, and there's actually an affiliate link in the description of this video, so you can use that to buy anything you want. Someone actually used it to buy Black Ops a couple days ago. So if you're that guy, I really do appreciate it, because game downloads are a 10% commission. So pretty happy with that. Thank you, whoever did that. Yeah, use it to buy whatever you want, or if it's a video with a actual product in it, use it to buy that product, and I get a small commission, and it doesn't cost you anything. So I really appreciate it if you guys would use my affiliate links. Alright, so that's going to be about it for this video. Don't forget to give me some feedback on the website. If you would do it actually on the website so I can make sure the comments thing is working, I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of AA Computers and Technology. And of course, please do not forget to like this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.